in the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you. In the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you.
Introducing the first
over the edge, feel like I'm floating through the air. The pain I felt is paid for, all is said and done. Oh, I am restricted, fixed upon the web. I need to kick the habit that my mind is breathing in. Break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I played it innocent, a feel of discontent. I'm finally facing it all, fearless. Burning the bridge that keeps us. I'm here and I'm feeling fearless. Exaggerated, that's what you assume. The story's over now, I must conclude. I am conflicted, watching where I step still. Hanging in the balance, not the life I want to live. I want to take it all, standing tall. Fear outweighed the person you are. Oh, break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Motive Racing YouTube channel. We're here at Albert Park in Australia for round 20 of Motive Racing's Formula One League here for Season 3 on the F1 2021 game, coming towards the end of our time on the F1 2021 game. Very soon we'll be moving ourselves onto the F1 22, which comes out in just a month and a half's time, so it really is coming around quite quickly here, as we're currently halfway through the 20th qualifying session of this season, as we've got 20 drivers in this lobby, which is absolutely great. Always good to have a full grid out on track. That is what we want to see. That is what we live and breathe for. So thanks to all the guys out on track here tonight. Currently we've still got 19 left in this session. Korevar has unfortunately crashed out of this session, and what I assume would have been the early stages, as he was trying to run on the medium tyres. But nonetheless, the rest of them are out there at the moment. And it's Pink Eye Penguin currently setting the pace on a 121.6, ahead of this man here. Aldrich Avis sat in second in the qualifying session on a 121.9, so there's 3/10 currently separating those two. Aldrich Avis, one of the quickest guys on the PlayStation F1 game scene, and it's great to have him whenever he can be here on a Friday night. I know he likes to go out. I know he's a bit younger than I am, so he does like to go out and party a bit. So yeah, he's not always here on a Friday, but it's good to have him when he is. And he's currently out there at the moment trying to do the fastest time in this session, as he's got a few corners left currently on this lap that he's on at this point, as he now gets onto the power out of the last corner. What can Aldrich Avis put on the board here as he comes up towards the line? I think he's actually down on his personal best. I don't know if that was an outlap, but certainly not an improvement that time around. So he continues on at this point, but it's Pink Eye Penguin leading the session from Aldrich Avis. Magfire in third at the moment. The reigning champion Jelram still yet to set a time, and could maybe be on course to wrap up the championship this week if he can get a good result this time out. Jelram will be taking a step closer. Let me just double check the Discord, see if we've got up-to-date standings. I don't know if we have, but if not, I can quickly work it out, so we can get a bit of an idea, because I know that Raki definitely did them a couple of weeks ago, but I don't know if we've got an up-to-date standings as of last week. If not, then we'll have to quickly work this one out, because I know that Jelram can potentially wrap up the championship this time, so we're just having a quick look now to see what the situation is. So it was last on the 28th of May, which was 6 days ago, so they are up to date. And the current situation at the moment, so Jelram, the reigning champion and championship leader, leads the championship by 33 points. So it's more than likely that the championship's going to at least go to next week at Saudi, for the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix here at Motive. It's more than likely going to be going down to at least the penultimate round of the season. Jelram would have to win the race, and Magfire would have to finish 7th or lower. He'd have to finish for Jelram to wrap up the championship with a couple of rounds to spare. So it's more than likely going to be at least another week until we see Jelram have a chance to wrap up the title. Obviously won last season's championship in dominant fashion, but this time around he's had to really work hard for it. Magfire's been keeping him on his toes for the duration of this season, as Magfire's currently in the pits at the moment then. And we'll just check in the stream to make sure that we are actually showing up. And as Teza Mazza's gone to provisional pole position there, completely missed that one as it was coming through. So Teza Mazza has done a lovely lap there and has gone into P1, just a 1/10 of a second ahead of Pink Eye Penguin. So that is absolutely great stuff there from Teza Mazza. Very impressive lap time indeed there from him. Pink Eye Penguin, Aldrich Avis and Magfire all in the pits at this point, so I can't imagine that they're going to improve whilst in there. But Chrissy's coming through the final few corners here of this lap that he's currently on. He's on an out lap by the looks of it. It says it's a flying lap, but that's an in lap actually. It's not an out lap, it's an in lap. So Chrissy comes in there. Little Greavy, the Grieve, Heighton all in the pits. You've got Rednass out there at the moment, as is Cortex. Cortex, I believe, making his debut on the Motive channel tonight. I haven't seen him, not just on a Friday night here on the Motive League, but actually on the Motive channel in general. We commentate on as many F1 leagues as we can throughout the week. Last week or so it's been a bit hectic, I've been a bit all over the place, so haven't been able to jump in any of the F1 league races that we try and cover across the week. Been trying to plan a few new dawns for my own league, Motive, which you obviously be streaming the leagues to here on this YouTube channel. And if you're watching on Facebook as well, guys, please check out the YouTube channel. It will be in the description down below. On the Facebook stream, you can actually check out the YouTube stream with rather people watching the YouTube stream. The Facebook stream is really an advertising ploy, and that is it. That's the only reason why we stream to Facebook, is so that we can get the stream out there. So if you are watching on Facebook, please click the link in the description and check out the YouTube stream. As we can see, Matty Pitt's gone into P10 with that last lap of his, so he's gone just into the 123s, just about sneaked under the 124s there. We've got double wave yellow flags through sector 1. Not sure why at this point. Cortex comes over, can't improve on P11. As Jelram still yet to set a lap time right now. The reigning champ, the man who leads this championship by 33 points, could wrap up the championship tonight if Magfire finishes 7th or lower and Jelram wins the race. It's a tall order. It's unlikely that Magfire is going to finish 7th or lower, but if he does, Jelram just has to win the race and he will be a 2-time champion here at Motive, as he's coming out of the last corner on the medium tyres. Let's see what he can do on these mediums. The inferior slower tyre, over the line he comes. He's 1.1 seconds off for the pace on the medium tyres. Now around Albert Park you probably lose about 8-9 tenths being on the mediums compared to the softs, so he would be in there, he'd be up in amongst it, but as it stands that would not be enough for pole position, but it'd definitely be close, and it's probably not got too much to find. Is he going to come in at the end of this lap and put a set of softs on, or is he going to long it out and try and go for another tilt at a glory on the medium tyres? He's probably not going to get pole on the medium tyres. I think that would be unrealistic, but he might be looking to try and get as high up as he can and give himself that strategic ace up his sleeve once we get going for the race. As Aldrich Avis is out there on an outlap at the moment, you've got Magfire as well. Chrissy's just coming through the final few corners, about to start a lap. Little Greavy's just about to start a flying lap as well. And you've got the Grieve in the pits, so he needs to get himself out of there soon. Highton, Matty Pitt, both on flying laps at this point. As Highton a 10th off his personal best coming through the middle sector. You've got Rednass, Cortex and Bennett all in the pits. Cortex is on his way out by the looks of it. I just saw the Ferrari pulling out of the garage. Dr. Van Minnen's coming through the final few corners of the lap. Chicken Wing is just coming through that chicane. And here is Dr. Van Minnen at the moment. This Australia track on the 2021 game still uses the old layout, I've noticed. They haven't accommodated the new street type flat out section which bypasses the chicane. As we see, Dr. Van Minnen doesn't improve there, stays in P14 for now then. Chicken Wing coming through the final few corners. Can he improve a little bit? Can he get himself up into the top 10 maybe? Here he comes up towards the line. Chicken Wing said in the Discord the other day, he said that I'm making him a world-class driver. And Chicken Wing, I'm absolutely delighted to know that I can push you to your limits and really get the best out of you out on track. Hopefully you can go from strength to strength racing here at Motive week in, week out, and continue to improve on your skills. Very glad to hear that, and brought a smile to my face when I've read that on the Discord, the F1 chat, as Cortex has crashed out of the session here. Cortex isn't going to improve on P12. That's going to be the summit of his ambitions this week here for this qualifying session. Aldrich Avis is on the lap at the moment. Can he improve on P3? Little Greavy's got up into P4, so good lap there from Little Greavy. Jelram is in the pits, so I don't think he's going to be getting out there in time to set another lap. That's him done, as Matty Pitt has crashed out of the session as well. Matty Pitt went into 123.8, P10 currently in this session, but he has crashed out of the race, so that's not what he would have needed at all. Tia Latifi's retired from the session, so he's out as well. And Jelram is not going to improve on P6, but he is going to be on the more durable tyre for the start of the race, so that will probably give him a little bit of an advantage over the others. As Aldrich Avis is 4 tenths up through the middle sector. He is flying, but he's got Chicken Wing right in front of him as Highton moves well out of the way, and Aldrich Avis is trying to go around the outside of Chicken Wing here. He manages to do so. Chicken Wing, I think, just had to saw him at the last minute and had to make way for him. But Aldrich Avis went a bit wide there coming through the third to last corner. Did he get an invalid lap? I think he did. It looks like he's backed out of it. I think he might have backed out of it, so Aldrich Avis is going to have one more shot at pole position. He was half a second up on that lap. He's going to be absolutely fuming with that, but to be fair, Chicken Wing was on a lap himself and was more than within his rights to hold his ground, so Aldrich Avis will get one more shot at it. No, he's gone wide. He's gone wide, and that's going to be that. That is going to be that for Aldrich Avis, and his shot at pole position has now gone. Teza Muzzer is improving his lap time. He's 2 tenths up through the first sector. He's currently on provisional pole. What up, Pink Eye Penguin? Pink Eye Penguin is 4 tenths up through the first sector, through the middle sector, should I say. So Pink Eye Penguin currently on course to dethrone Teza Muzzer at the top of that leaderboard. Teza Muzzer is coming through into the final sector. Pink Eye Penguin's coming out of the last corner. Can Pink Eye Penguin improve here? Coming out up towards the line. What is it going to be for him? Is it going to be pole position? Here he comes. And Pink Eye Penguin does go pole position by half a second. Demolishes Tezamuzza's time. Ultragavis is retired from the session and Tezamuzza's into the pits. So he's not going to improve, and that's going to be that then. I think Pink Eye Penguin has done enough here for pole position, unless anybody's out there on a lap. Magfire is out there, but he's only 5 thousandths up through the first sector, unless he had a scruffy middle sector and last sector on his flying lap. I don't think he's going to improve, and he's just crashed out of the session there. He's lost his front wing, and that's going to be that for Magfire. Magfire's hit the wall. That's him done. Heighton's coming to the final part of the lap. Can he move himself up from P9? As Bennett has gone up into P6. Good lap there from Bennett, LCFC, the 3-time champion of the OG Wednesday and Sunday League on the OG server. Here comes Heighton to the final corner. Currently P10 at the moment in this session. Out of the last corner and up towards the line. What is it going to be for Heighton in the Ferrari? Here he comes. He crosses over the line. It's P9, so he improves by 1 position. Gets himself ahead of the Grieve there. Nicely done from him. Right at the death. But that is that for the qualifying session here, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be Pink Eye Penguin, one of our reserves here, putting it on pole by half a second. What a lap there from Pink Eye Penguin, ahead of Tezamuzza, who's one of Matty Pitt's friends, lining up there in second place. Ultragavist in P3 had a little Greavy 4th, followed by Magfire in P5. Bennett in P6 with Jelram, the championship leader, down in P7, but on the medium tyres, so he'll be definitely consoling himself with those on. As Chrissy in 8th place ahead of Heighton 9th, followed by the Grieve in P10. Matty Pitt 11th, followed by Rednass 12th. Cortex in 13th, ahead of Dr. Momentum 14th, followed by Chicken Wing in 15th, followed by T Latifi in P16. Penguin Dude 17th. Corrivar in 18th place, followed by HD Baguette, who I know likes to qualify, or rather doesn't like to qualify, is my point. Likes to start at the back of the grid, and Polish My Balls will line up at the back of the grid for this one. So an interesting qualifying session there with Pink Eye Penguin landing the spoils. Jelram obviously in a good position on those medium tyres. The highest runner of the regulars, Lil Greavy in P4. So it's the reserves that are doing the business tonight. Pink Eye Penguin, Tezamuzza, Ultragavis, those 3 doing the business there. Ultragavis was about half a second up on his time on his last lap before he got before he ran into the wall, until he encountered Chicken Wing, so he would have probably been a lot closer to the pole time. Might have even split Pink Eye Penguin and Tezamuzza. Could have even been in pole. We will never know, but nonetheless, guys, we're going to go to the race here for round 20 of the Formula 1 season here at Motive. Drop a like on the video, guys, if you are enjoying the stream right now. If you want to get involved, be sure to go to www.motiveracing.com. If you're watching on Facebook, please do click the link in the description and check out the YouTube stream, as that is where the magic happens. That's where you'll be able to follow every single race on every single category that we have. We race on ACC as well as F1, and we're also planning on going back onto Project Cars 2, the place where it actually all started for us on Project Cars 2 back in March of 2020. We'll be hopefully looking to get leagues back on Project Cars 2 on Mondays, Saturdays, and possibly Tuesdays. That's what we're looking at anyway, but we'll have to see. But Mondays, Tuesdays and Saturdays, we're potentially looking at getting leagues back on Project Cars 2. And ACC we run on Wednesdays and Sundays. So yeah, plenty to look forward to and get excited about here on the Motive channel across the week. Hopefully we'll be streaming 6, maybe 7 days a week, possibly at least 6 days a week. Thursday at the moment I'm committed to racing in Simplay Motorsports GT3s and Project Cars 2. But losing hope week by week in that one, so we'll have to see. At the moment I'm still committed to it, but it's wearing thin. But right now on the formation lap nonetheless, and Pink Eye Penguin leading us around. Tezamuzza there in second ahead of Ultragavis, followed by Little Greavy, Magfire, Bennett, Jelram, Chrissy, Heighton. Oh my goodness, Chrissy, they're going very wide. Heighton there in 9th, the Grieve, Matty Pitt, Rednass, Cortex there ahead of Dr. Admin, followed by Chicken Wing, T Latifi, Penguin Dude, Corrivar, HD Baguette, and Polish My Balls. And who's fallen behind Polish My Balls here? Somebody has fallen behind Polish My Balls. That is HD Baguette, who we know does not like to start in any position other than absolute plumb last. As we better get the, as we have got the graphics up, that is, oh no, we need to get the tyre graphic up. There we go. We are sorted. We are in the know. But guys, whilst we're on this formation lap, please do, as I say, drop a like on the video. It helps us out massively. It really, really does. We appreciate every single like on the video. We appreciate every single subscription. You might look at our sub count, you might think, well, they've got 1,037 subscribers. You know, what does my subscription mean? Well, actually, you know what? It's been a lot of hard graft. We probably only gain around 20 to 25 subscribers every week. It's been a long, long time of just properly grinding it out here, day in, day out, 5 days, sometimes 6 days a week on this channel at the moment. Not doing quite that much, but yeah, usually or you know, consistently it's been that kind of graft. So yeah, guys, don't think that we've come across this 1,037 sub count by chance. Please, if you do enjoy, drop a subscription. It massively helps us out. If you appreciate the content, if you enjoy, if you want to get involved, as I say, please do so. But nonetheless, here we are. We're lining up on the grid. We're about to go. Here's Pink Eye Penguin. Will pull up onto his pole position spot. A couple of drivers getting disqualified there from the formation lap. Chicken Wing and Korovar both having to sit out of the formation lap, and they've been waiting on the grid there on cold tyres for some time. But here we are then, they're now pulling up on the grid. Once the last car, Polish My Balls, has pulled up into its grid slot, the lights will start to come on. You'll hear the engine revs rise, then they'll go deadly silent for a split second as they go into first gear, and then we will be officially underway for the Australian Grand Prix, round 20 of Motive Racing's Formula 1 League here, season 3 on the Codemasters Formula 1 game. What is going to happen here tonight? Here we go, so we're lights out and away we go. Lights came on very quickly there. Penguin, Pink Eye Penguin gets away well. Tezza Mazda there's looking to the inside though, into turn 1. Has he got the run? I think he might have, you know. Tezza Mazda's going to look to try and make that one stick. There's Little Greavy and Aldrich Abbott side by side. Little Greavy's coming up into third place there. Tezza Mazda's got the lead here off of Pink Eye Penguin. Down towards turn 3 they come as Tezza Mazda's trying to defend here. Pink Eye Penguin looking around the outside. Little Greavy looking down the inside here. Is he going to try and get Pink Eye Penguin around the outside through turn 4? He's going to be there. He's still there on the outside. Little Greavy squeezes through up into second place. Pink Eye Penguin losing out, goes very wide there, and Magfire's down the inside. Aldrich Abbott squeezes through. Pink Eye Penguin is losing positions left, right and centre, down to P5 on this opening lap as Chicken Wings lost a few places. He's down to P19. I didn't see what happened there. Chicken Wings spun it, and Penguin is at a moment as well. So Penguin and Chicken Wing having a nightmare of an opening lap to this race, but it's Tezza Mazda who's opened up a second of a gap here over Little Greavy. Little Greavy squeezing ahead of Pink Eye Penguin. Pink Eye Penguin lost out to Magfire, Aldrich Abbott and Jelram, and in fact Pink Eye Penguin's dropping down the order like a stone. What has happened? Pink Eye Penguin's had a big moment there coming out of the chicane. He is falling down the order like no tomorrow at the moment. He's down to P10 here, so it's not been the debut that he would have wanted. Jelram up into P5 on the medium tyres. Has got Chrissy hassling the back of him at the moment, but it's Tezza Mazda out the front ahead of Little Greavy, followed by Magfire, then Aldrich Abbott ahead of Jelram, followed by Chrissy the Grieve. Bennett there in 8th place ahead of Highton, followed by Pink Eye Penguin. You've got Rednass ahead of Matty Pitt, Cortex, Tia Latifi, and HD Baguette, who's made her way up into P15 so far in this race in the early stages. Korovar ahead of Penguin, followed by Dr. Van Midden. Chicken Wing still going in P20, but he's a long way behind, and it's got a lot of work to do in this race. Tezza Mazda currently riding off into the sunset with this lead at this point, as we can see Chrissy's got the Grieve on the back of him. You've got Bennett ahead of Highton, ahead of Pink Eye Penguin, Rednass ahead of Matty Pitt, Cortex, Tia Latifi, HD Baguette. Penguin do this up into P16 with Korovar coming into the pits on the first lap for damage repairs. So Korovar, that's not gone to plan at all for him. Magfire though trying to put the pressure on Little Greavy early, and he'll be wanting to keep himself in striking distance in this championship battle. He'll want to keep his slim hopes alive of beating Jelram to this season's title, but Jelram with the 33-point lead with just 3 races left, including tonight. But having said that, all it would need would be for Magfire to win and for Jelram to have 1 retirement, and all of a sudden that championship battle is well and truly up in the air. It could be literally be a 50-50. So Bennett has just dropped back a few positions here. What's happened to Bennett? Oh no, Bennett's just gone into the wall coming through the chicane. Bennett has had a horror show, and he's down to P16 in this race. So Bennett LCSC, the 3-time champion of the OG League on a Wednesday and a Sunday, not having the race so far, as we can see a battle going on for second. Little Greavy, Magfire and Aldrich Abbott also looking at the Grieve and Highton battling it out over 7th and 8th places. They've got Pink Eye Penguin now bearing down on them. Pink Eye Penguin's managed to clear Rednass up into P9, so he's done a decent job there as Pink Eye Penguin. As we're looking further down the order, looks like there's not too many other battles going on aside from that. Outside the top 10 is the Little Greavy's got Magfire looking over the back of him, coming down the start finish straight into turn 1 for the 3rd time in this race. You've got Aldrich Abbott trying to follow these guys around, sticking to the back of them, keeping them under pressure at this point as they're coming through the run between turn 2 and 3, and nobody looks like they're going to be making any moves at the moment. Magfire had DRS on, or did he not actually? He might not have done. Maybe not DRS through that part of the track. Pink Eye Penguin's done Heighton up into 8th place down the inside there into turn 3. Nicely done there. Pink Eye Penguin picking up another driver and trying to get himself up the order as quickly as he possibly can. Magfire still trying to hassle the little Greavy. Still can't seem to find a way through at this point, but he's been keeping the pressure on him, keeping him guessing, and wondering what he might need to do to defend this position at this point. As we got Scott Clark in the comments, that's Motum out there saying, oh, let's get ready to rumble! And have a good race, everyone. Motive Racing, the place for PC2, ACC and F1. Get yourself involved in the action, join the Discord and get on track. Absolutely. Could not agree more with that one. Ultra Gavis looking all over the back of Little Greavy here. Little Greavy defending to the inside. Magfire, looking all over the back of Little Greavy. Ultra Gavis just behind these, looking to try and feast on these scraps. He's down the inside of Magfire. Magfire a little bit wide as he tried to get a move done on Little Greavy. And Magfire loses out there. Ultra Gavis up into the final podium spot as Jelram is watching this unfold and rubbing his hands together in a moment, knowing that he might be able to capitalise on these guys tripping over each other in front of him. There's Tez and Muzza in the meantime. We've barely spoken about this man. He has just checked out the front of this pack. He's got nearly a 4-second lead, and we're only completed 3 laps of this race. He is riding off into the sunset right now. Little Greavy has got his hands full of Aldrich Abbas, who's looking to try and make the move into the braking zone. He come for turn 3. Aldrich has got that move done. Has he gone deep? He's got a little bit deep, but not too deep. Gets it stopped. And he's up into P2 there, so Aldrich Avis making another position. Magfire's still on the back of Little Greavy. Jelram is keeping tabs with these guys, and he's in a great position right now, is Jelram. On those medium tyres, he can go long into this stint. He just needs to hope that the rain doesn't start absolutely coming down, because it is, I think, raining. It might be, it looks like it's raining really lightly. I don't know, the track looks a little bit greasy. I don't know, that's just me imagining things, but it doesn't look like it's fully dry out there. I don't know, it just looks a little bit slippery, and the clouds are definitely looming, so I don't know whether we're going to be expecting rain in this race, but nonetheless it's looking like a potential wet race here, as we can see HD Baguette and Penguin Dude having a bit of a battle here for 14th place. Corrival's back in the pits again, and Dr. Van Millen's got ahead of Chicken Wing up into P17 as HD Baguette is still on the back of Penguin Dude, and Penguin Dude's around the outside of Tita Tifi coming to the chicane. Penguin Dude's got himself up into 13th place, and Little Greavy's got ahead of Magfire up into 3rd, so good stuff there. As now Jelram's trying to squeeze through around the outside of Magfire. They're all going to have DRS here down the start finish straight. Well, Jelram and Magfire will, Little Greavy won't, and now they're going to be looking to try and both make the move on him at the same time. Oh my goodness me, on board with Magfire as Jelram backs out of it, and Little Greavy a bit of a slide there coming out of turn 1. Oh, Magfire there just went into the side of him. Jelram's now going to sneak through the middle. Can Jelram make 2 positions in the space of a couple hundred metres here? He's going to look down the inside of Magfire. Magfire gives him the space. Jelram squeezes him out. The 2 championship contenders side by side. Magfire manages to hold on ahead of Little Greavy, but stays behind Jelram. And Jelram's up into 3rd place. So great racing there from Jelram as Pink Eye Penguin and Chrissy having a battle. Oh no, Chrissy's lost it. He's lost his front wing as they had a bit of contact there. Chrissy's going to lose out. He's going to have to come into the pits and get that damage repaired. Pink Eye Penguin's now ridden off away from that battle there, but Chrissy having a horror show there down to P12, and he's going to lose more places here in this race. HD Baguette up into P12 from the back of the grid. Rednass is on the back of Highton in this battle for 7th and 8th places right now. Little Greavy's trying to make something happen here with Magfire, and Chrissy is out of the race. Chrissy is DNF'd here on lap 5. Double age yellow flags through sector 2. Don't know if he retired the car or if he crashed out. We obviously saw the incident where he lost his front wing after that bit of contact there. But yeah, it looks like he's done in it for this race. Whether or not he pulled the plug or not, or whether he just lost it with the damage, and obviously the second time maybe the damage was terminal, who knows. But nonetheless, he is out of this race as Penguin Dude has got ahead of HD Baguette up into P12, looking at Magfire on the back of Jelram, trying to come back at him after Jelram made the move on him on that last lap. As we can see, the Greavy's into the pits here at the end of lap 6, so he's coming in and getting his pit stop done and out of the way, as we can see HD Baguette's on the back of Penguin Dude, big slide there out of the last corner, and HD Baguette's going to squeeze through there up into P12, and Penguin Dude having a monumental moment there, but survives that one as HD Baguette now into P11. And the next place for her will be a points position, so she has really made up ground so far in this race, as Jelram is the first driver to pick up a time penalty over the course of this race. He's been picking his way through, started 7th in this race, obviously on the medium tyres with a bit of a strategic ace up his sleeve, but it's not going to be what he needs at all. A 3-second time penalty there, which will be added to his race time once we get to the end of this race. As Rednass has lost it. Rednass is in the wall. it looks like the track is quite slippery out there. I don't know whether it's the moisture in the air. You can see it's quite overcast. But nonetheless, as we continue on there, Rednas now well off at the back of the leaders here, so he's had a horror show as Magfire's still trying to put the pressure on Jelram for P3 in this race. Little Greavy is hot on these guys' heels as well, still in hot pursuit of these drivers as they're coming through the final couple of corners of lap 6 of this race. Tezamaza still leading this race, but since Aldrich Avis got into second place, the gap hasn't been going up by as much. Aldrich Avis is keeping him honest here in this one, as he's just coming around to put a lap on Korovar here. But it's been a breathtaking start to this race as Little Greavy has got ahead of Magfire here up into 4th place. Nicely done there from Little Greavy. And Magfire seems to have dropped off a bit, so I don't know quite what's happened to Magfire there, as we've got J33 saying the people that got spinned are all the faults of other people. Obviously, mate, if there's any incidents that you've seen that you've got footage of, please send it into the stewards here at Motive. We will do our best to get it sorted out. Send it to any of the admins, and we can take a look. We can decide with our stewards panel. We'll get 3 people together to review the incident, and we'll decide obviously what's occurred and what the outcome's going to be. But yeah, if there's any problems that you've experienced or that you've encountered throughout the race, please put it in and help us help you. As nonetheless, we've got Penguin Dude still battling it out with HD Baguette for P11. Penguin Dude is always involved in the battles. No, whenever he races, whenever he's out there on track, he's always involved in some kind of battle. He's one of the cleanest and one of the fairest racers out there. And we see him coming through the chicane at the moment, trying to put this pressure on HD Baguette. HD Baguette currently holding the ground here, but he's got DRS's Penguin Dude. He's backed out of it there. Wow. Okay. And maybe doesn't want to risk it coming into that right-hander. I know he's racing on the pad tonight. Penguin Dude did say to us earlier on he won't be racing on the wheel like he usually does, because he basically only had a few minutes to set up, so didn't have time to get his rig up and running, so he had to just sort of jump on last minute and crack on. But here he is anyway, down the start finish straight, and that's I don't know, he might have a look on HD Baguette. Here we go. Is Penguin going to send it? Yes, he does, and he gets it done. Fantastic move there from Penguin. HD Baguette, so fair play. Saw him coming, and he absolutely went for it there, and gets a bit of DRS to boot down to turn 3, and that just gives him that momentum there. So Penguin Dude up into P11 as he big slide there. Held on to it though. As J33 in the comments says, he says to me that he didn't get space, and that is why. Oh no, as we just jump onto, oh my god, Penguin has crashed, so he's just got loose onto the grass, has binned it into the wall. We've got a safety car here on lap 8. Penguin has just lost the car. He completely lost control of it as he clipped the grass a little bit, and the car just went careering into the other side of the track, and that is now a full safety car here on lap 8. So that will give Tezamaza Aldrich Avis the chance to pit. What does Jelram do? Obviously started the race on a medium tyre. Surely he's going to go up for track position here. He does go up for track position. But the thing is, the others are going to be on fresh tyres. So Tezamaza's put on the hards. He is one stopping in this race by the looks of it. What about Aldrich Avis? He has put a set of mediums on. So Aldrich might have to pit again. We'll have to see. That's a bit of a risky strategy there from Aldrich Avis. He might not be able to make that work to the end. He might have to pit again. So that could be a 2-stop strategy for Aldrich. It's not clear cut, that one. Little Greavy's gone for the hards. He's one stopping. Magfire mediums might have to 2-stop. Pink Eye Penguin's gone for the hards. Matty Pitt's put the softs on, so he's definitely 2-stopping. Cortex likewise is 2-stopping on the soft tyres. Renas has put the mediums on. Could be a 1, could be a 2-stop, depends on how much he can eat the tyre life out. He's in the same position as Aldrich and Magfire with that one, and Heighton. Heighton's put a set of fresh mediums on as well, so we've got quite a mixed bag in terms of strategy here, guys, but nonetheless, stay tuned, because we'll be back in a couple of minutes time for the restart here for the Australian Grand Prix at Motive. What an eventful one this has been so far, with 3 races including tonight left in this season, and yeah, it's shaping up to be a bit of a cracker, this one. Here we are then, guys. We're getting ready to go once again. Jelram here leading us out of the last corner, obviously on the medium tyres, opting not to pit, opting for track position here in this race. As here we are up towards the line, about to go racing once again here. Lap 10 of 29. Jelram slowing the pace right down here as we're practically double file coming up towards the line. This is absolutely nuts as we are now underway by the looks of it, and there's a load of cars ghosting behind. Jelram has left them for dead. There's a Red Bull there that's a lap down that's in the way, as we can see. That's Corovar there, but it's Jelram from Aldrich Avis. There's Magfires all over the back of Little Greavy on this restart, but an interesting one there as we can see there's a couple of position changes. Bennett's got ahead of Cortex up into P10. He's going to make the move down the inside. Can Cortex holding around the outside? Actually manages to there. Bennett's still battling it out. They're side by side here coming through turn 3. Bennett's going to keep it in there. He gets a 3-second time penalty though for going off the track, but he does get a position nonetheless. So it's kind of like a, I guess, I mean, he got like a bit of a mixed bag there, didn't he? But Matty Pitt nonetheless has got a 3-second time penalty as well. There as he's on the back of the Greavy in the battle for 8th and 9th places here at this point. You've got Highton there on the back of Little Greavy as these two battered it out over 4th and 5th places. Jelram has already checked out at the front. He's got a 2-second lead and he's on worn out medium tyres compared to Aldrich, who's on well, reasonably fresh medium tyres. But it's going to Jelram from Aldrich from Magfire. Little Greavy there running in 4th place ahead of Highton, followed by Pink Eye Penguin. You've got Tezza Muzza, who was leading the race quite comfortably before the pit stops, now down in P7. So I don't know actually really what happened to him over the course of the pit window, because I would have thought he would come out ahead of the others who pitted, but he's down in P7. So did he get caught out maybe by Jelram's antics there on the restart? Nonetheless, he's got work to do here as we see the Red Bull of Corovar pitting at the end of lap 10. And we've got Jelram here out the front. It's got a 2-second gap here to Aldrich Avis. You've got Magfire ahead of Little Greavy, followed by Highton, Pink Eye Penguin, then Tezza Muzza to Grieve there ahead of Matty Pitt, followed by Bennett. You've got Cortex ahead of Rednass. HD Baguette's coming into the pits here at the end of lap 11. So I wonder what's gone on there with that Williams, but it might be in a little bit of bother as we've got Dr. Van Minnen there coming into the pits with no front wing on his car. So that is going to be a frustrating one there for him. But it's Jelram out the front, and Aldrich Avis though is bringing that gap down. Obviously now he's got clean air, now he's got a clear run at him here, and he's got the fresher tyres. Aldrich, I'm sure, will have that pace advantage. Can Jelram manage to combat that and make the most of what he's got in that Red Bull so far, as we're here on lap 12 of this race here at Australia for round 20 of the season, season 3 on the Codemasters Formula 1 game here at Motive on the PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 platforms. Jelram, the reigning champion, the man who could wrap up the title tonight if he wins this race and Magfire, his championship rival, finishes 7th or lower, then Jelram will take the championship tonight before we've even turned a wheel for the penultimate round of the season next week at Jeddah. But if Magfire can finish in the top 6 tonight, he guarantees himself another shot to try and close that gap next week. And then who knows what will happen at the final round of the season at Abu Dhabi. It's still all to play for here at Motive for the F1 League this season, but it's looking like Jelram is just starting to take hold of at least he's going to be putting one hand on that trophy, or starting to anyway. But there is still a long way to go as Aldrich Avis is bringing that gap down to Jelram here out the front, just over a second between them. You've got Magfire there in 3rd ahead of Little Greavy. You've got Highton ahead of Pink Eye Penguin, followed by Tezza Muzza. There's the Grieve, has got Matty Pitt absolutely hassling him here. Bennett's looking to try and get involved as well. Matty's got alongside the Grieve, looking to the outside, has to back out of it, crawls over the curve a bit. The Grieve there very wide. Now here goes Bennett, he can't get it done, has to tuck in behind him for the time being. Matty Pitt taking that curve, the Grieve all over it there on the exit as we're now coming down towards the chicane. T Latifi's got a 3-second time penalty there for track limits, as we can see Bennett looking to the inside into chicane, but nothing doing there. Matty Pitt squirting around a little bit. Oh, Bennett, massive slide, very well held there from Bennett, but he's going to have the slipstream here coming down towards the left-right chicane, which is kind of like, well, nowadays it isn't, but it was then. Oh no, as we see the Grieve and Matty Pitt taking each other out here on lap 13 of the race. That could not have gone much worse. We've got another safety car here, and that's going to open up the strategy a bit, because the obvious strategy from here has got to be a set of medium tyres. But what does Jelram do? Is he going to have to 2-stop here? Jelram's surely going to have to 2-stop, I imagine. What's he putting on? He's putting on the soft, so yeah, he's going to have to 2-stop in this race. Wow. wow. So Jelram is now committing himself to a 2-stop strategy in this race. He's going to have to clear that traffic in front of him as quickly as he can and drive like his life depends on it for the rest of this race. Who knows, we could have more safety cars in this race, so it could not all be over yet, but Jelram definitely the big loser here from this second safety car period. Highton, Tezamuzza and Cortex have all put the mediums on, so they're good to go to the end. But the thing about Jelram, obviously, because he started on the medium tyres, he's got to use 2 different tyre compounds. You don't want to be on the hards at this point in the race. You're not going to be competitive enough against the guys on the mediums like Magfire, Aldrich, saying that they could be going to the end. But yeah, definitely you want to be maximising your pace. So Jelram has gone for the soft tyres nonetheless. If we wanted to clear the traffic in front of him as quickly as he can. Lap 14 of 29, Matty Pitt has left the session, as has the Grieve. We started with 20 drivers here and we're down to 15 tonight here at Australia for the 20th round of the Formula 1 season here at Motive. We'll be back very shortly, guys, for the rest of the race from the restart. Here we are then, guys. We're about to go once again here at Australia for round 20 of the season for Motive Racing's F1 League. As we can see, Old Jagav is just slowing the tempo down a little bit, and we're about to go out the last corner. It looks like he's already gone, so none of the messing around like Jelram was doing. He's not hanging around for anybody. Old Jagav is foot to the floor out of the last corner and up towards the line. He leads by 0.6 of a second ahead of Magfire. As we can see, Jelram already trying to make moves here on the back of Red. That's into turn one. He's going to send one here. He's got to make hay while the sun shines on him here, because he's going to have those soft tyres on, which are going to be very quick in the first part of this restart, but it's going to be on borrowed time. He needs to make sure he fully sends it around this Albert Park circuit and gets ahead of these drivers, got ahead of him as soon as he can. He'll have a massive advantage in terms of pace. He needs to make that work whilst it lasts. And we've got Highton there moving ahead of Rednass as well, up into P7. In fact, Rednass losing out 3 positions on this restart so far. Jelram, Highton and Tezamuzza all getting ahead of him up into 6th, 7th and 8th places respectively. As we can see, HT Baguette's got ahead of Dr. Van Minnen. And what's happening elsewhere? Looks like Chicken Wing is in the wall. Oh, Chicken Wing's had a horror show and he's struggling to get it going again as he's now stuck in the wall. That's not gone to plan for him, as Tezamuzza's got ahead of Highton up into 7th place. And oh, Tezamuzza takes Highton with him as Tezamuzza's out of the race. It looked like that knock there in the side from Highton has taken him out of the race, and Tezamuzza's now done for this one. And we've got another safety car. No! Here we are then, guys, after the 4th safety car of the night. We're about to get underway once again. We got 10 laps left to go. Is it going to be a 10-lap dash to the flag, or are we going to have more dramas here in the last part of this race? 14 drivers still left in this one, as Ultra Gavis is now coming out of the last corner, puts his foot to the floor. He's got slightly worn medium tyres. Little Greeby and Pink Up Penguin have done plenty of laps on their hard tyres. Jelram on fresh soft, or fresh-ish soft, is now looking to eye up Pink Up Penguin in towards turn 1, but isn't close enough. Cortex has got HD Baguette, as Magfire's looking around the outside of HD Baguette into turn 1. Thinks better of that one, as he's got Bennett now looking all over the back of him. You've got T Latifi's lapped car there, trying to ghost through him. Here goes Bennett, ghosting through T Latifi. Magfire, though, is going to make the move here on HD Baguette into P6. Is he? No, he can't do it. And in the background of this, you've got the McLaren of T Latifi once again playing havoc there with them. But Highton moving through ahead of Bennett. Bennett's lost a couple of positions there, and Bennett spun round. He's lost it there coming out of turn 4. He loses out there to Rednuss and Dr. Van Billen, and Bennett down to P11 here on this restart. You've got Magfire on the back of HD Baguette, as these guys battling it out over 6th place here, coming down towards the 7 and 8 chicane here for the 20th time in this race. And Magfire's a bit too far back to make anything happen with HD Baguette at this point. You've got Jelram trying to eye up Pink Eye Penguin here, the side by side, coming down towards the turn 9 chicane. He's going to try and hold it there. Pink Eye Penguin trying to keep himself in there, and oh, Little Greavy's lost it and he's out of the race. Little Greavy is DNF'd here. Double wave yellow flags through sector 3. Virtual safety car. So virtual safety car's out, and we... Oh no, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
What if there was a phone that could see you the way you see you? Introducing Real Time on the new Google Pixel 6. A smartphone that accurately photographs the beauty of all skin tones.
Did you call? Sorry. It's summer and I've escaped from the endless phone calls, the work, the city.
Here we are, guys. We have got 7 laps left to go here for the Australian Grand Prix at Motive. It's been a hectic race here for season 3, round 20 of the season. And Magfire is now leading this race on relatively fresh soft tyres. Aldrich Avis, though, has got 3 lap younger tyres than the guys in front of him. Jelram on fresh tyres, as well as Pink Eye Penguin HD, but get lots of drivers on fresh tyres. As we can see, Dr. Van Minnen has jumped Jelram off the start, so Jelram's sleeping there as they got going. In fact, he ghosted through him by the looks of it, as Jelram can now ghost back through him. So Dr. Van Minnen clean out at the screen now. That's his AI in the car. Pink Eye Penguin's got ahead of Cortex into turn 1. He's now up into 8th place. It's Magfire leading ahead of Heighton at the moment. Red Nast there in 3rd. It's got Bennett crawling over the back of him right now. But Aldrich Avis is going to try and squeeze through here ahead of Bennett. And they're going to be side by side here as Jelram there running in the background. But Bennett's dropped out down to 5th place there as Aldrich Avis there moves himself up into P4 and is now going to focus his attention on Red Nast here for the final podium spot, as Jelram has picked up a 3-second time penalty there for track limits. But they've pretty much all got a time penalty in this race so far. Jelram, though, I think has 6 seconds, whereas the others around him have 3. In the meantime, Korovar has just ghosted through the pair of Red Nast and Aldrich Avis, but now Aldrich's got the run here, coming down this long straight which leads towards the left-right chicane. He's going to make that move down the inside. Red Nast backs out of that one in the end, and Aldrich Avis there has got himself into 3rd place. He's got 4 seconds up the road to Magfire and 3 seconds up the road to Heighton, as now Bennett's trying to defend here from Red Nast. Red Nast losing out there to Jelram and Pink Eye Penguin. So Bennett was trying to defend from Red Nast, and then Red Nast lost out there. So Jelram and Pink Eye Penguin now up into 5th and 6th respectively. Bennett clinging to the back of Aldrich Avis, but in fact he's going to be more worried about what's in his rear view mirrors, because here goes Jelram. He's going to now pull out of the slipstream, although Bennett has got no, he hasn't got DRS. None of them have got DRS yet, because we're not far enough into the restart. But into turn 1 here, Jelram now trying to squeeze around the outside. Bennett there gives him the minimum amount of space and squeezes him out to the outside, which he's allowed to do. Obviously it was his line, it was his corner, so he can do it. Here goes Jelram once again looking to the inside of Bennett, but Bennett parking his car in the right places. Korovar is definitely going to be distracting these guys at this point. I know they're ghosting through him, but he's definitely going to be playing a bit of a distraction. You know, just like these guys aren't going to know what to focus on. He's going to definitely be obstructing their view of the apexes. But Jelram there almost running into the back of Bennett as they come through this flat out section which leads down towards the chicane, the first of the 2 chicanes. But at the moment Bennett's still parking his car in the right places. Jelram though gets the cutback coming out of the chicane. He's going to breeze past him down this part of the track. Jelram should have that move done here as they come through this part of the track there up into 4th place. So that's Jelram now up in position. Pink Eye Penguin in the background of this, looking to try and get involved. He's looking around the outside here of Bennett. Bennett's going to try and squeeze him to the outside. Is Bennett going to try and go late on the brakes here? He's going to try and keep it there, but Pink Eye Penguin gets it around the outside there. He's into P5, and Jelram and Pink Eye Penguin on the very fresh soft tyres can now try and go after Aldrich Avis, who's also on the fresh soft tyres, and also Magfire and Heighton, who have done 3 more laps on their soft tyres. DRS enabled here, so that the drivers will be able to use that opening in the rear wing to make a move a little bit easier than they otherwise would have done. Aldrich Avis is close on the back of Heighton here. Is there DRS down this part of the track? No, there isn't, but he's going to probably do it anyway. Here goes Aldrich Avis here, looking to the inside. Can he keep it there? He does so, and he makes the move up the inside, pushes Heighton a little bit wide. Aldrich Avis up into P2 as Jelram and Pink Eye Penguin continue to try and close on the top 3 at the moment. These 2 running in P4 and 5 have gapped Bennett by about a second. You've got Red Nast there in 7th ahead of Cortex, followed by HD Baguette, who's continuing to put the pressure on Cortex here for 8th place. Dr. Van Minen running in 10th ahead of Korovar, followed by T Latifi. Chicken Wing rounding out the field in P13 in this race. It is Magfire leading the race by just under 3 seconds at the moment ahead of Ultra Gavis. You've got Heighton there ahead of Jelram. Pink Eye Penguin's keeping Jelram honest. He's keeping just about within the DRS, but it's ebbing and flowing between these two. Jelram has now got a gap under a second to Heighton, so he'll have DRS coming out of the second sort of chicane bit, if you like. Here we go. Jelram at this time has got a fantastic run. Here he goes. Is he going to look to the inside into the right hand? A little bit too far back at the moment, but he's getting closer to the back of Heighton. He'll have DRS down the start finish straight. As we can see in the background of this, Pink Eye Penguin, was getting a little bit loose on the curb. But here is Jelram now, sizing up his opponent Heighton as we're coming out of the last corner. This is surely going to be an opportunity here for Jelram as the DRS opens now. And here we go, pulls out of the slipstream. Jelram to the right hand side of your screen in the Red Bull, has got the move done there, and he's up into P3. Beautifully done there from Jelram, as Pink Eye Penguin will allow it to try and do the same thing to Heighton that Jelram just did. But Jelram is currently just under 2 seconds off of the Ultra Gavis at this point. They're both on the same tyres, on the same age of tyres as well, so they put them on at the same time. And Jelram's going to be hoping, I'm sure, that Magfire can hold Ultra Gavis up a little bit, as Pink Eye Penguin's got ahead of Heighton now. Heighton down to P5, and Pink Eye Penguin up into 4th place, can now try and chase after the leaders. But it's Magfire on his slightly older soft tyres who leads the race by 2 seconds ahead of Aldrich, Jelram and Pink Eye Penguin, all of whom have slightly fresher tyres than him and will be looking to try and put the pressure on in the final closing stages of this race. You've got Heighton there ahead of Bennett, followed by Rednas. There's HD Baguette, who's trying to defend from Cortex, so HD Baguette's managed to get ahead of Cortex there up into 8th place. You've got Dr. Van Minen still going in P10, Korovar, Chicken Wing, T Latifi still going in this race at this point, as Pink Eye Penguin is within DRS of Jelram, but nothing doing there then. Magfire still leads this race on lap 26. We're coming towards the end of the lap now. 3 laps left to go, 3 and a bit laps left here at Albert Park for the Australian Grand Prix. Has Magfire got enough left in those tyres to keep him ahead? Has he got enough to keep that buffer? Obviously Magfire in the prime position in this race. He just has to maintain track position, and it's looking very much like the title fight is going to at least be going down to next week, if not the final race of the season at Abu Dhabi. The gap 33 points coming into this round between Jelram, who leads the championship, and obviously Magfire, who is in 2nd place. As it stands in this race, Magfire will gain 10 points on Jelram, so the gap would be 23 points going into next week at Jeddah. So at that rate, it would go down to the final race of the season if it were to stay 23 points after next week, but we never know what's going to happen next week. We don't even know what's going to happen this week. It could be Magfire could lose out to Aldrich, he could lose out to Jelram as well. We just don't know what is going to happen in this final couple of laps, but as it stands in this race, the gap will be down to 23 points, and Magfire will be clinging to his slim hopes of a championship here for this season, as HD Baguette has gone ahead of Rednas. Rednas has lost out to Cortex as well. Rednas losing places here at the end of this race. Has he lost his front wing? I think he has. I think that Alpine is without a front wing, is it? Yes, it is. So that is going to be limping round here. That is unfortunate there for him, as Magfire is still ahead of Aldrich Avis. You've got Jelram there ahead of Pink Eye Penguin. Heighton there running in P5 has got Bennett absolutely hassling him coming to the final few corners of this lap. You've got Cortex still on the back of HD Baguette right now. Those two running in 7th and 8th places at this point. You've got T Latifi currently pretty close on the back of Chicken Wing here, as they're battling out over P12 in this race, as Magfire has lost out to Aldrich Avis. Aldrich Avis is into the lead. We missed that one. That came out of nowhere. Aldrich Avis now has P1 and a bit of DRS to boot coming down this run between turn 2 and 3. He's going to pull away a little bit from Magfire. Magfire will be hoping to stay ahead of Jelram, otherwise he will lose points to his championship rival. So if Magfire can hold on for P2, he'll gain 3 points on Jelram, which will mean that the gap will... Oh, Jelram has just lost it! Has his front wing gone? Oh no, Jelram has just lost his front wing! Oh my god, you couldn't write it! A lap and a half left to go and Jelram has got no front wing! What is he going to do now? Does he stick it out there? Does he stay out and just take the time loss, or does he come in because there's only 1 lap left to go? Is it going to be an advantage to him to just stay out on the track? He could potentially, looking at the timing board, he could probably hold on for P8 if he stays out on the track and doesn't pit. This is now going to be a tricky decision for Jelram, but with Magfire in P2, we'll get 18 points for his race. If Jelram can hold on for P8, which is looking like the only realistic possibility for him at this stage, looking at the timing board, if Jelram can hold on to P8, the gap will be a 14-point swing for Magfire, which will mean the championship gap will only be 19 points going into the penultimate round of the season. So this championship is now absolutely wide open all of a sudden, and this could be an absolute thriller. This could be the precursor to an unbelievable final couple of rounds for the season. Magfire is now going to be sensing the possibility of a championship being well and truly on again. Jelram has lost out to Bennett. He's got 2.5 seconds to Heighton. He is staying out, so Jelram's rolling the dice, opting to try and just keep it out on the track. He's not going to lose more time being out there than he would be coming into the pits, so he might as well chance it and keep it going. But he's got Heighton close bearing down on him. HD Baguette will probably get him as well. Cortex, I imagine, will probably pick Jelram off coming to the final sector. So Jelram will drop down to P8, I reckon, as now Heighton's up into P5. And Jelram's lost it again! Keep it together, man, keep it together! Get it round, get it round, get it round! Right, so he has dropped down to P8, but he's got a big buffer back to Dr. Van Millen, so Jelram just needs to keep it cool on this final lap, and he'll take 4 championship points, and Pink Eye Penguin's got ahead of Magfire. So that's big news for Jelram. That's what he needed. Pink Eye Penguin's ahead of Magfire, so Magfire will score 15 points. Jelram will score 4. That will mean an 11-point swing, which will mean the gap will be 22 points going into next week. But Aldrich Avis, nonetheless, coming out of the last corner, is going to take the win here in Australia. What a great drive tonight from our perennial reserve. Aldrich Avis takes the checkered flag and wins round 20 of the season at Australia for Motives F1 League. But Pink Eye Penguin gets it on the penalties. Oh my goodness. Pink Eye Penguin is your race winner because Aldrich Avis had time penalties at the end of that race. So Pink Eye Penguin P1, Aldrich Avis P2. Magfire takes the final spot on the podium ahead of Bennett, who comes over to take P4. HD Baguette is going to finish this race in P4 with the penalties. Incredible. In fact, no, P5, because Cortex there had no penalties. P4 for him. HD Baguette P5, Heighton P6. Bennett dropped down to 7th place in the end with those penalties. As Jelram comes over, P8 for him, 4 championship points. So yeah, the gap in the championship is going to be 22 points going into the final 2 races of the season. So it's all to play for between Jelram and Magfire in the final couple of rounds of this season. Dr. Van Millen's coming up towards the line. It's going to be P9 for him. Rednass will take the final points paying position there in P10. Corovar's already finished the race, as has T Latifi. Chicken Wing is coming through the final sector of the lap now, and it will be P13 for Chicken Wing as here he comes, just coming through the final couple of corners. Hopefully he's got enough fuel in the car. But Magfire there threw away a few points on the final couple of laps. P3 for him. But Jelram P8 means the championship very much open here. But the man of the moment tonight, Pink Eye Penguin, this man here in the AlphaTauri, did a fantastic job. Can't fault him for being in the right place at the right time with the penalties for Aldrich Avis. P1 for Pink Eye Penguin on his debut in the Motive F1 League on a Friday night. HD Baguette, as per, getting her customary driver of the day for driving to P5 from the back of the grid. So absolutely fantastic job from her. But nonetheless, that looks like that is going to be that then. That's going to be a wrap for tonight for the F1 League here at Motive. A big thank you to everybody for joining us live on the stream tonight who checked it out, to the drivers. Hopefully you enjoyed watching this back. If you do, please drop a like and subscribe. Share this with your friends and your family members and any otherwise associates who you think might be interested in checking this out. But once again, I want to say cheers, guys, and yeah, we'll see you in the next one. Join us next week for the penultimate round of the season. The championship really heating up with 22 points separating Jelram and Magfire. So Magfire's bringing himself back into it. And I'll tell you what, if Jelram retires next week, if Magfire can get a win, then it will be all to play for. He'd actually be leading the championship. So it is still all up in the air at the moment. Jelram by no means home and hosed. He's definitely having to fight harder for this one than he did last season, that is for sure. But tune in next week, guys. Penultimate round of the season. We absolutely can't wait to get that one, to get that show on the road. And yeah, thanks once again, everybody. So we'll see you very soon. Cheers, everybody, and bye bye.